Sandra want the well-dressed that I was wearing. Thank you. This can't be it. Can it? I mean, all the happiest times, my happiest moments, I haven't had them all yet, have I? All over at 26? I mean, I can't imagine that. I've had some, of course, like confirmation, for example. That white dress that Mother made, and Sis was all jealous and excited. I mean, she was jumping up and down, sulking in a corner, but even now, what I'm remembering, it doesn't have to do with what I felt. It's just what I remember. Is that all a memory is? You just remembering it? No, I know my best times haven't happened yet. They're gonna come, aren't they? And whatever loss that comes, whatever taking away, there is goodness to balance it out, right? Look, I'm not a fool, but I know that there's happiness along the way. Isn't there? Please? I'm not mad. Just because we're going on a double date, and my date's not going to show up because I made him up, so it's just going to be me and you and your date. Jimmy! Perfect Jimmy! His dimples. I mean, it's Jimmy! He doesn't like me. He wants to date you. Even though I've been completely and utterly in love with him since the 2nd grade, and I would leave little gifts on his desk, and I would advise Walker all day, and I set up a big tent and a Valentine's Day sign in his backyard. I mean, I was there a week. He was at his uncle's. So when the sign didn't work, I thought, bigger. Maybe he just couldn't read my handwriting. So I spent everything I had on this huge billboard that said, "Jimmy, I love you, ask me to the spring formal." But I spent all my money on that billboard, so I couldn't afford a ticket, so I just watched through the window, and it was raining. So I just stood in the rain, and I watched you and Jimmy dancing together all night, and you just stared into his big, brown, beautiful eyes. No, I'm not mad. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Nyla, Lael, and I'll be performing a couple of monologues for you today. The first, August Wilson's The Piano Lesson, followed by Ato Sando's Black Thing. Thank you. You ain't taking this piano out of my house. Look at this piano. Look at it. Mama Alla polished this piano with her tears for 17 years. For 17 years, she rubbed on it until her hands bled. Then she rubbed the blood in, mixed it up with the rest of the blood. Every day that God breathed life into her body, she rubbed and cleaned and polished and prayed over it. Play something for me, Brennings. I cleaned it up for you. Play something for me, Brennings. You always talking about your daddy, but you ain't never stopped to look at what his foolishness cost your mama. 17 years worth of cold nights and an empty bed. And for what? For a piano? For a piece of wood? To get even with somebody. I look at you, and you're all the same. So, I met the horses last night. Champ and Lucky Lady, for my bridal carriage. So now is the time that I find out that Omar's grandmother is deadly afraid of horses. Some childhood trauma she had when she was like 2, when her pet rabbit got trampled to death by a wild stallion. But you would think that after 78 years, she would have gotten over something like that. Right. I mean, she was raised on a farm. She eats fried chicken. So they bring out Champ and I'm talking 10 pounds of hot chocolate just to the horse's coin slot. And I'm like, is this normal? And apparently, it is. So, to heck with the horses, I guess I'm taking a limo. Thank you.
Hello, my name is John Marshall, and today I'm performing from Clarkston by Samuel D. Hunter, followed by performing from The Aliens by Andy Baker. Thank you. I got fired. We destroyed a $5,000 television. Jake, we both got fired. And since I knew you were sick and I didn't say anything, Janet says I'm partially to blame. So it is over. It is done. I'm fired. You got me fired. You fucking asshole. do you even know how much $5,000 is? Because yeah, that TV you destroyed, that was worth $5,000. And the thing that's just really just pissing me off is I don't think you know how much that is. In fact, I think that if you needed $5,000, you would just call up Mommy and Daddy and they would sing to you $5,000. I think that $5,000 to you is just meaningless. But do you know what $5,000 is worth to me, huh? $5,000 is what I can put towards my college loans after 18 months of working full time. Now that is what $5,000 is worth to me and you and your fucking childlike tantrum. You went and you threw it all away. Andrea? No. She's crazy. I mean, it is sad. It's really, really fucking sad. Like, there's actually something wrong with her, like, borderline paranoia or some sort of psychological issue, and it's kind of a relief, actually. Like, it feels like a relief. And I don't know. She played games, you know, she was into that shit. She was into power, and like part of me found it attractive, but also really, well, you know, her whole thing was that she didn't have a personality anymore, that she lost her personality in the shadow of mine. But the hilarious thing, she's the one who put herself in my head. Yeah. I didn't need that, man. Not necessarily. She made us, Dad. Like the whole time, she was just trying to fuck with my head and make me feel like shit. So it's a good thing, actually. Okay. I don't need to talk about it. I feel bad for her. Thank you.
My name is Niamh. I'll be performing Cat on a Hot Tin Roof by Tennessee Williams and The Moors by Jen Silverman. Thank you. Brick, you know I have been so goddamn disgustingly poor my entire life. That's the truth of it, Brick. Always having to suck up to people I can't stand because they had money and I was poor as a Job's turkey. You don't know what it's like. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like you were 1,000 miles away from Echo Springs and you have to get back to it on that broken ankle without a crutch. That's what it's like to be as poor as a Job's turkey. Always having to suck up to people you can't stand because they have money and all you have is a couple moldy old 3% government bonds. You know my daddy? He loved his liquor. Oh, he loved his liquor almost as much as you loved Echo Springs. And my poor mom, having to maintain some semblance of social position and upkeep appearances on an income of $150 a month on those old government bonds. The year I made my debut, I had just 2 evening gowns One my mother sewed from a pattern in vogue, and the other a hand-me-down from a snotty rich cousin I hated. The dress I married you in was my grandmother's wedding gown. So, that's why I'm like a cat on a hot tin roof. You can be young and without money, but you cannot be old and without it. Because to be old and without it is just too much. You can have one or the other break. And that's the truth. Kill? I'd kill. Well, I'd be the sister who killed her sister. It would be shocking and horrible, and no one would stop talking about it. I'd be infamous. Infamous. Oh, well, people always do seem to want to know about those things, and I, of course, should feel very strongly about my privacy and wouldn't want any sort of vulgar crowd in my parlor drinking my tea and asking me such intimate questions. What it all means, where I think I'm going in my life next, and was it because I lacked love as a child, which of course is true. I did lack love as a child. What an astute question. Everything here is so bleak, so loveless and bleak, and if I were to kill Agatha, which I'm not saying I would, but if I were, it would be a sort of splash of color. They might even write a song about it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mobley, and today I'm going to be performing the role of Satan from the last days of Judas Iscariot, and as Jake from Alive the Mind. Thank you. Look, I didn't make you people, okay? God did. But there was a design flaw in his creation. He gave you free will. And to balance that out, you were designed to self-correct. Now, unlike the free will muscle, the self-correct muscle is not a particular favorite of the Homo sapiens. No, I'd say self-correct falls somewhere between colonoscopy and firing squad on most people's holiday wish list. At any rate, I don't have to actively compete for human souls. I don't have to lull, flatter, tempt, or deceive. With God at the helm and you people wreaking havoc. Well, I'll be honest, I spend most of my time on the sofa watching one-hour dramas on HBO. She was going to those damn rehearsals every day. Every day. Every single day. And I'm no dummy. No, it doesn't take much to put it all together. A woman starts dressing more and more skimpy every time before she goes out. She was oiling herself every night before she went out. You would have thought she was an ice cream sundae. And then she starts reading her lines with me at night. In bed. And I'm helping her, right? I'm helping her memorize the damn lines so she can run off every morning and sing to some other god. Yeah, a play. I know what they're doing. All right, I know damn well what they're doing. I know what all this acting shit is about. They try to believe they're the other person. I didn't know who I was with anymore, so I told her, look, I don't know who you think you are, but I suggest that you come back to the real world here. And you know what she tells me? She says that this is the real world. Can you believe that? Thank you.